My name is Don Hauser, and I'm down in Cuba with my band that I play with. I'm from West Coast Canada. I'm involved with a community band on a little island on Vancouver Island off of Vancouver, and we decided to come down to see how some of the other people live and how they experience music. And it's been a very fulfilling trip, especially meeting some of the young kids that are involved with music and how dedicated they were and how happy they are doing what they're doing. And it was such an emotional feeling to see their excitement and enthusiasm about music. And we had about 25 musicians with us, and we played 6 concerts in 7 days, and it was so much fun. Very enjoyable, and I'm involved with quite a few other musical groups back in Canada, and we're talking about bringing an 18-piece band down here, a swing band, and I think that will be really fun, and I'm looking forward to doing that again.
Hi, my name is Linda Miller, and I live in Victoria, British Columbia, and I'm a member of the Sidney Concert Band. And we've just had a visit here in Cuba, my first visit to Cuba. I have traveled in many countries around the world. I have been to many countries, and I've never felt so welcome as I felt here. And I looked into the faces of the young people, and I remembered being one of those young people. I began to play the saxophone when I was 15 years old in high school in a small town in Pennsylvania, and I loved music. And then I picked up another instrument, and everything I picked up I loved. So I put it away after university on the shelf, my tenor saxophone, and then at age 65 I took it out again, and I could still play it. So I say that no matter what age you start, you can always pick it up again and play it again, and in the meantime you can enjoy all the music you hear because you've had that experience of learning to read music and to play music together. I love it. So here I got to play my tenor saxophone next to 2 professional provincial saxophone players. One of the best experiences ever, and looking into the lovely faces of these young people, it was great. I loved it.
So my name is Paul Schweigli. I'm with the Sidney Concert Band, and I'm here in Cuba. And we've been here for almost a full week, and it's just been a wonderful experience to play with other bands, to enjoy the music, the music of the Cuban people, but to also play our music, the Canadian music, and have them play it as well. It has just been an emotional. I can't really explain it. It's been very emotional. Music is a language that everyone can speak. I don't speak Spanish, but I can play music with somebody that speaks Spanish from Cuba, and we can play the same thing, and we have a connection there. The sights, the food, the people have just been wonderful, and I would suggest this to anybody. It has been the greatest trip that I've been on. So I want to thank Canada Cuba because it's been great.
There, that town, we played right in front of one of the main square in a park in the city, and what surprised me is how as soon as we started playing, the audience, the crowd, the hall just filled up, and the square filled up. People from all over, as soon as they hear music, they come running, and they're all bouncing up and down and clapping with the songs, and yeah, it was to get a response like that from a crowd is really rewarding for the musicians. Yeah, that was very exciting as well. We had about 60 musicians, and we got together and played joint numbers, and the audience was very receptive. That's one thing we found down here. Not only the musicians, but the audience really seemed to enjoy music. And the feeling they have for rhythm was we had a workshop just for percussive instruments, and we all learned a lot from that. We love to bring some of you guys back to Canada so we can beef up our percussion section to show that we got some rhythm.
Hi, my name is Karen Palmer and I'm from Sydney, BC in Canada, and we've just played a wonderful concert in Cuba. It was just wonderful seeing the young people being so attentive and so patient in waiting for us, and their musical performances was outstanding. And they loved playing with the drums afterwards.
Hello, my name's Terry Erskine, and I'm a percussionist with the Sidney Concert Band in Sydney, British Columbia, Canada. And this has been a wonderful week. I've really enjoyed it a lot. I can't tell you how much I've learned about percussion in this week. Learning how to play timbales correctly, and cuero, and maracas, and claves. And many musicians in Canada in the percussion field are self-taught, and we had an opportunity to actually learn from people that have it in their whole system. I have never learned so much about Latin music in my entire life, and for me this has been a wonderful trip. I can't overly emphasize how important it would be for any percussionist in Canada, or any band member for that matter, to come and experience and play with musicians, from playing on the street with them and amalgamating bands and so on, and working with sections with full instrumentation in all of them, and working with wonderful directors who not only know how to direct music, but they also understand how to put emotion and how to transmit that emotion into the band while they're playing.
I'm Mark Fraser. I'm with the Sidney Concert Band, and I play trumpet. I'm also work with the school district, and know that Jonathan's company has worked with a few of our schools and other schools in our local area. This trip to Cuba has been really interesting. We've had just a wonderful time. The support that we've received from the staff has been phenomenal. Our guide and our bus driver in particular have just gone out of their way to make sure that our experience and the traveling between city to city has been awesome. They've been very helpful. Even things like finding special restaurants for us yesterday, and just getting us where we needed to go safely, and having a lot of fun with them has been absolutely great. From a cultural perspective, we've really enjoyed getting to know a number of the musicians in the couple of towns that we've been in. I think while I don't speak the language, I think most musicians would say that the fascinating thing about music is the ability to sit with somebody with whom you can't talk, but we can communicate through the music. It's been absolutely phenomenal. The level of musicianship that we've enjoyed, from high school students, younger students, to adults in a couple of communities, it's been really outstanding. And so I think from all the perspectives, we've had a great time. Our experience in a number of the cities, we've seen the cultural centers, we've understood the history.
I've been on all-inclusives to Mexico twice, but there is nothing to compare to having a guide, a bus driver that's unreal, driving these small streets, and we get to see the real Cuba. It is unreal. It's unbelievable. You would never get this unless you went on this trip through you. It's been just absolutely amazing. We're showing up to a town, and the bands are already ready. We're showing up, and there's a guide there, or a historian to show us. We show up, we went to Fidel's grave, and there was a guide there to show us through all these things that we might take for granted, and they've been done for us. So the legwork that has gone into it has been unreal. I don't know how long it's taken you to prepare this, but it's bar none the best vacation I've had.
we planned a week down here, and I thought, a week will be enough. It'll be plenty. But you know, there's so much that we could have done, and next time we'll probably come a little longer.
Yeah, we went to a concert with the Haitian Cuban community, and the energy that was there was absolutely beyond. This show was intense to the point where it was a series of crescendos, crescendo after crescendo, and it just never stopped. And then in the end, they gave us an opportunity to go and play with them, so I actually had a chance to sit down and actually play some of these rhythms with them and listen to how the rhythm that I was playing fit in with the one they were doing. It was an experience that I won't soon forget. I'm sure that if I danced like that for even part of my life, I'd be a lot lighter than I am right today, because the energy that went into it, it's electrifying.
David just wanted to say a few words. Thanks to you and the project that you're part of, we've been able to achieve these objectives. With the contributions that we've arranged to bring from Canada in the past year, we've been able to support a growing band program in 8 communities around the city.